Everybody brace yourselves. Big Little Lies Season 2 is almost here. It is, as you know, one of the most popular shows on television and one of the stars. James Tupper is joining us in studio this morning. Good to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you. Nice to be here.
However, I understand you're a little sleepy because you were up watching the Raptors game last night.
I was. I'm a huge Raps fan. I grew up in Nova Scotia, and all season long, every time they play, my dad texts me, "You watching? Jimmy, you watching? This is great."
Well,
Yeah.
I wonder if some of your family was out in Nova Scotia because they set up their own version of Jurassic Park. They had a few hundred people show up.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. I don't think they were.
Listen, I want to chat.
You can go ahead and ask me about Meryl Streep. Is that what you want to ask?
Eventually.
Okay.
But first of all, I want to just tell
Everybody
your
asks me
success.
about meeting her. Everyone. And by the way, it's like it's not a letdown to meet her. It's phenomenal.
Okay, well, let's just jump ahead to that question.
Sorry,
Question
I didn't
three.
mean to
No,
jump.
let's do it now. So, Meryl Streep, one of my favorite actors, were you a fan, and what was it like to meet her in person?
No, it's exactly like meeting the Queen of England. You're just, she's super gracious. She understands that she's at the head of, she's,
Do you feel her presence
everybody,
when she walks in?
everybody has an experience with her that's really super intimate, and they've seen a movie that she's done, and they've appreciated her. And I mean, I'm a bit of a policy wonk when it comes to acting. I just always loved acting, and to meet her and be a part of it. In fact, one day when we were working together, her name was beside mine on the call sheet. And I photographed it and I sent it to all my family. I was like, I made it, I did it.
And how would you not?
Yeah.
What's it like to do your craft next to somebody who is so accomplished and so skilled at that version of the craft?
No, well, fortunately, she's in one storyline and I'm in a different one. So we would meet at the read-throughs and stuff. But I'm just a fan.
Yeah.
Fan, yeah.
Me too. Season 1, to remind everybody, huge success. 16 Emmy nominations. You won 8 of them. 5 Golden Globe wins. It really was one of the most talked about shows of 2017.
Yeah.
But season 2, a bit of surprise because this was supposed to be a miniseries.
Why do you think that it was so successful? Because I think that a lot of shows have that complex storytelling and the great acting, and I think it hit something in the culture, especially in America.
What do you think that was?
I think in Canada, because I grew up a Canadian, I think we went through this in the 80s and 90s. We were looked at our society and said, hey, can't everyone have the same equal chance? Can't we, why is it, let's break it down, give people more opportunities. And I think right at that, it came right at the hashtag #MeToo moment. It was like, let's analyze what's going on in Hollywood. Let's look at how the makeup and build of our crews, the people we work with. When I work in Canada, the crews represent everybody. When I work down in the States, it's not quite the same. It's not. So the change was something that needed to happen. And I think our show sort of somehow touched a nerve.
Well, you've got Nicole Kidman and Reese Witherspoon buying the rights for the book when it first comes out.
They're pretty good.
Yeah, they're all right. And then they put together this really strong female ensemble cast. I mean, if there were a group of actresses I would want to gather together and either go on vacation or go out for brunch with, this would be them.
No, I go to work and I'm sitting there at a read-through and it's Meryl Streep, Nicole Kidman, Reese Witherspoon, Shailene Woodley, Laura Dern. It's insane. Every major American actress.
Do they let you in on the Sisterhood?
They're very sweet. It's kind of you know what it is.
That was a very non-answer.
No. What it is that when you go to work, it's a place of real focus. It's quiet focus. It's a bit like the locker room of the Raps. You feel like everybody in there can do something really special with the ball. You know what I mean?
That's
so
cool.
People are coming to work. It's like a jazz ensemble. They don't want to talk about the music. They want to get out and play it.
I love that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do, and I love that. I like that you brought up music because that goes back to your Nova Scotia roots a little bit.
It does, yeah.
If you could bring this cast to Nova Scotia, where would you take them?
Oh, man. That's a great question. No one's ever asked me that. I would take them to Savage Harbor, Prince Edward Island. Savage Harbor, where I grew up.
What would you show them?
Oh, man, there's everything. We go snorkeling. We go fishing for everything. Swimming. It's just so fun there, playing golf. It's amazing. Introduce them to my uncles. I'm like, Jimmy, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Meryl.
One can dream. Hey, I want to talk briefly about the subject matter of domestic violence. And you mentioned the timing of the show came out at a really important time.
Yeah.
It is a major theme in this. Are we going to see more of that, a development of that in season 2?
The show this year, I think it's even more intense. They were very smart because they got the novelist to write a further storyline. So it's complex and interesting, and it pays off at the end.
Okay, good.
You'll see. And then David E. Kelley was the writer of all of the series, so it has that pedigree, too.
As somebody who loved the book, that makes me very happy to hear that.
I describe the book in a funny way. I say it's like beach reading that turns into Dostoevsky.
Wow.
Do you think that's fair?
I think that's very profound.
Yeah.
We're going to have to end our interview here, but we can chat more about the Raptors in commercial. Thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you.